Hey, welcome back to another edition of Open Shutter. I have the pleasure of welcoming Sujith to the program. So thanks, man, for coming on and jumping on this thing.
Yeah, thanks, Paul, for inviting me.
Yeah, for sure. I know that we're missing your other half, but that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, so just so everyone knows, like we are a duo that run the page. So it's like
Yeah.
one half and the other half. So
Oh,
literally, my other half is at work, so I couldn't
ah,
stop.
well, she can definitely watch it later on, I guess, I suppose.
Yeah,
Like you guys have always shot together? Like, is that has always been a thing?
no, it's not been a thing. So well, her father is like really good photographer, and
Yeah.
they got that interest, and she's been doing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, okay, I have a camera at home. Let's just try it, start shooting with it. And that's how I
Yeah.
started. And I think
Ah,
once I met her and I found like, oh, she's so much into this photography. And it kind of revived my interest back in. And that's
yeah.
how I got started again. And yeah, now we shoot a lot together whenever
Nice.
we go out and stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you guys have some really good stuff. I'll show your Instagram, but I really like how you guys use light.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot
Like,
of
it's
those
really
are,
quite good.
yeah, a lot of those stuff usually come from, yeah.
Like
I
what's the secret?
I think a lot of those black and whites are what I click around, and it's more. I think I always look for light. I want that sharp contrast where
Mm,
it should be like strong light falling, like I could do something with it. And
yeah.
I think it started, the interest began because I was watching this one YouTuber, Sean Tucker, and on
Yeah.
his videos he used to mention this one photographer called Fan Ho.
Yeah.
And this Chinese photographer used to have like a lot of street shots. I might be wrong, like maybe back in like 70s and 80s he used to click in China, and it used to be
Yeah.
like sharp light, sharp shadows. It's
Mm,
like you want that shit, and you want that thing to work. And I used to look for the same thing. I would go around in like streets and Toronto buildings, and I would wait like, okay, the light is
yeah.
falling here like really good. Sometimes I
Yeah.
would note down like, okay, this place you at this time gets like really
Ah,
good light. Let's
you actually
try to
take
come here.
notes.
Yeah, I used to take
Okay.
notes for light.
Well, it definitely works, man.
Yeah.
It's really quite good. I mean, to me, it's like you can take really good photos and just like really kind of like ordinary locations, like a GO station parking lot or a bus terminal or
Yeah.
you're able to kind
You
of turn
caught
that
that
into
one
something.
right.
Yeah,
Looks.
like you're able to turn it into something,
Yeah.
you know. Um, no, it's all about the eye, right? It's all about the eye. Like, it's all about trying to capture something and make it really stand out.
Yeah, yeah. I usually do that. Like I keep looking at places from like it's almost like I'm viewing everything from a viewfinder.
Mm,
Okay, a person, if a person would cross this place, it would be nice. Like the photo in the middle you see is actually just outside my building, and they
yeah,
have this open, I wouldn't say it's an open, it's just like a four pillars standing. And I always think like, hey, what if like light comes in and like if
yeah,
someone crosses it could look nice.
yeah. And she's wearing a white jacket.
Ah, yeah. Luckily,
Come
she was
on,
wearing a
that
white
makes
jacket.
sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah, I've
Like
tried.
there's
I think I for the same thing I have like with three other people, mostly like black because a lot of our winter jackets are like black. So
yeah,
when they do,
sure.
I think it didn't bring that kind of a pop. But when this white puffer went, I was like,
It
oh,
just
amazing.
works, right?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Crazy. So like what like I mean if people want to get into like street stuff, do you have any advice for them? Do you like people that are starting out?
I started recently with this trait, and
Yeah.
I feel like one thing I learned was the more images you see, you would want to know how to capture it. And in this
Mm,
street, in the sense of street photography, I saw there is no strict definition.
right.
There is no barrier on what gear you have to use. You don't care about lighting. It's just going out and just trying to shoot as much as possible. You won't get it like the kind of street I click. I feel like it comes a bit more away from the orthodox street. It's
Okay.
not like the actual street. It's more like a bit of fine art when it comes to
Right.
like strong light and stuff. But anyone who starts, I just say like, just go outside, try to click like 200 pictures. I used to do that when I used to start at street. I click like, okay, I went out for an hour, I clicked 100 pictures. And now when I go for an hour, I can click around like 3 or 4 good pictures, which I know.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more I went out, the number actually came down from 100, it became like 50, now it's 20, now it's always 10. Like I cannot click more than 10 when I'm out for an
Oh,
hour.
really? That's like your number, right?
Yeah. And now
Interesting.
I think like, is this something, should I take this shot, or is it something I've already taken and it doesn't shoot this again?
Interesting. Less is more though, right?
Yeah, less is more.
Less is more. I think we always have this like, I don't know if it's pressure, but we always have this pressure to like take as many photos as possible because we want to have, a lot of stuff to post. But sometimes posting less is actually better sometimes,
Yeah, I think when I started, I used to post every day because I was like, oh, I've got these many things. And then I started to get a realization like, maybe this is not as good as I think. Maybe it needs to, like, I need to slow down.
Yeah. It's interesting because we're sometimes we're our own worst critic, and then sometimes we think our stuff is the greatest thing ever shot. But I think it's important to note that you're right. Like it can always be better. You kind of have to like step away from the emotion of like the moment.
Yeah, and I think I saw this one video where this person says, if you see a picture that you took, let's say like 3-4 years ago, and if it doesn't make you cringe that, wait, what I was thinking while clicking this, that actually means you didn't grow. You're still thinking the same thing. So
it's true though. Like it's definitely a process, and I think I mean if you're not getting better, then something's amiss.
Yeah, that's true. And I think like when we go, and right now, even if you ask me what kind of photos you click, I feel like I click a lot of mix. There is no, I wouldn't say this is like, oh, I'm totally into straight, I do complete landscape or something. It's I feel like I'm just going through all these processes to find, okay, this is what sticks. This is what could be like, maybe someday or some year later you could say like, hey, this is a signature, or this is the style he actually goes through.
And interesting. And what about your wife? Like she also shoots the same stuff that you like to shoot too? Like is it like
no, she's
totally different?
She's totally different. She's a more colorful person. She's not as monochromatic as my pictures. She usually go for colors. She's really good with portraits, pets.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like the color poster from her?
Yeah, most of the colors are from her. Like all these, like the Grinch and the Santa dress is definitely her. I can never think of it. It's just her.
Well, that's interesting. So how do you guys like decide what to post? Like, do you guys have to have like a meeting every time to figure out what to post?
No. So she clicks the picture. I am mostly the editor of all these pictures, so I edit and I just like keep uploading them. Yeah.
Oh, really?
She just wants to click. Editing is not her forte. She doesn't like
edit. She doesn't like. You like editing though, eh? How come? How come
you like editing? I started editing, and it suddenly became like, okay, this is the process where I'm actually gonna create something out of this, and I just click a picture. It might not look the same when I start editing. Take some like change highlights, shadows, and adds elements to it. It kind of comes like it becomes better. And I kind of love that process of editing, that any photo could have like different permutation and combination of becoming anything.
Yeah. Especially these days with like AI, you can make anything you want now.
Yeah, that's true. That's just too much though.
It's crazy. What do you use? Do you use Lightroom?
Yeah, I just use Lightroom.
Yeah, it's the wild west right now in terms of like AI. Like you don't know what's real anymore,
Yeah, and I found like there are a few photographers who are started to embrace AI into their process, and they just create these magical pictures now.
Sure.
It's a mix. I don't know.
Depends. I think it depends on what you want to be known for.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to be known for? So if you want to be known for like the master of AI images, then go for it. But I think if you want to be a photographer, you probably want to like be a little bit careful about using AI a little bit too much, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, to me, it's like, you know, what's like your North Star? Like, what do you, especially in a city like Toronto, where like it's such a saturated like marketplace where there's so many people like posting so many things. Like, how do you want to stand out? Like, how do you want to stand out? You know, and with you guys using light, I think is a great way to stand out because, like I said earlier, like you're using ordinary locations and you're just turning it into something, you know?
Yeah. No.
So, and not everyone can do that.
I felt like I got inspired by a lot of people out there posting like such light with like so much with like light and shadows.
Yeah.
And it kind of inspired me like, hey, I need to learn how to do this. And once I cracked it, like, okay, this is how you do it. You need to get like, you always need a person to be there to add like something extra, like, or else the place is nothing. You need that human element to it.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. And especially like your style, it's like less is more too. Like you have the single figure and then it kind of leads you to the eye and like it leads the eye. And then, you know, for example, like this photo, like that one, like, you know, it's very simplistic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, which is good. I actually love this photo, how it came out. And I think when I had this, I just got my my new Sony.
Yeah.
And I was just trying out. And this is outside the Meridian Hall. Yes, this is outside the Meridian Hall.
Yeah, yeah. Is this like sunset? Like what time of day is this?
It is, I think it's around it's usually when I leave from my office. It's around 4.
Okay.
So it's around 4, like the light falls on that part so good. And it's almost like the sun is behind the CN.
Yeah, and you have the shadow too, right?
Yeah, and you get the shadow too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think especially these days, I think we really appreciate like simplicity because you know, sometimes it gets a little bit too noisy on social media. So when you get like something really simple, it's almost like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, which I like. So what's like your favorite spot to shoot in the city then? Like, you have a favorite spot?
I usually whenever I'm shooting in the city, I usually do it on the Wednesday mornings when I'm going to my office.
Okay.
So my office is on the King Street. So usually I always take like different ways to reach my office so that I can click some pictures. So I feel Adelaide is a really nice. I love the front in front of the Union Station. There is a lot more commotion. Yeah. Sometimes you kind of get like a good character for your pictures, something unique happening. Those are really good places. Nathan Phillips on a good day. Right now, I'm still waiting for like summer to come up, more people show up, and things get better.
Yeah. It's all about just kind of like paying attention, right? Too of like what's going on around you.
Yeah, it's always like I have my camera and I'm just walking and I'm like, okay, I've got like half an hour to reach my office. Let's just take this street. Let's try this road. What do you see? And it's almost like I'm following the sun though. I always look on top like, okay, the light is coming from the side. Let's just walk towards it and find something interesting.
No, it's good, man. I think it's a good example of how you can just use light to your advantage and make something really cool, you know?
Yeah, because I think it would come from the fact that recently I had this trip to Peru where I saw like so much of color. And I was like, okay, this city. So you would say the things I posted on the later half is more like color rather than black and white. And I was like, the city is so colorful. It would be an injustice if I pull back the colors from it.
Right. You and your wife went?
Yeah, we both went for a week.
Nice. And when?
It was March 14th.
Like
the whole week.
A couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, yes. And it was as I feel like as a photographer, you should go to Peru to just embrace. It's so good in terms of like culture, in terms of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have like a lot of pictures from there, which I'm still like stacking and managing it so that I'm like, okay, let's find some good pictures to post and edit these.
Yeah. And you guys did Machu Picchu?
Yeah, that one actually I took on film. Recently
Nice.
started to click more on film,
Yeah, it's
and
back. It's back, man.
it is coming back, and I'm kind of embrace it uh, while we can. So
Yeah.
it's
I don't think it's going anywhere though.
yeah,
I think it's back for good.
yeah,
I think
yeah, but there is a lot like how they have been increasing price of rolls and
yeah, it's
everything.
not cheap though. That's the thing. It's not cheap.
It's not cheap, so
Yeah.
you have to be like really conscious about what you click.
Right. Even
And
even more so. Eh?
yeah, because now
Yeah.
it's more like, okay, maybe a picture might cost me like $3 or $4. So with everything done, I need to think, is it worth $3? Do you think this will make it or not? That's the thing.
Yeah. And what do you shoot on for film?
Film, I have a Nikon FE,
Yeah.
and usually I because I do so much black and white, I had Ilford HP5 for the most. But
Yeah.
for Peru, I had like Kodak Color Plus and
Right.
Kodak
Yeah.
200.
You gotta get those colors.
Yeah, like this in black and white won't make sense. It might
No.
look good, but I think it's the colors.
Mm. Well, you shot these guys. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it is actually digital though. This is actually on my Sony.
Yeah.
I think this is a mall, or I would say it's called Malecon, and it's just people just sitting. You
Yeah.
could just go and click, and they don't mind anything.
They don't mind.
I feel like it boosted my confidence to click more like a more authentic street. I would say, like you go,
Yeah.
you click, and they're just smiling. This person was literally smiling back. I don't think it will happen anywhere here.
In Toronto?
Yeah,
It depends
I
on the
think
person, yeah.
90% time, I think people don't mind getting clicked, but
Yeah,
but
or they may not say anything.
yeah, they may not say
But
anything. Yeah,
there's
that's
always
true.
there's always like the debate of like street, like, once you tell someone, oh, just act natural, it's impossible for them to act natural.
Yeah,
Because it's like
that's
you've kind of lost that like human element of it.
yeah.
Where pure street is like you get someone in the moment, raw, like,
That's where I find like getting them in raw. But the hard part is to get a story. How can I make that
right. How can you
raw
though, right?
moment? Yeah.
Mm,
How can it be interesting?
mm. How would you do that then?
I would actually look for something like in the second picture you see the gentleman on the bike. For me, if I had to explain it to someone, it's like I would try to find like a juxtaposition, like, hey, there's a train, there's this guy.
Yeah.
It's a different story about mobility.
Right. Mobility. Yeah. No, it's good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It's smart. I like it. It's clever.
Yeah. But sometimes I think maybe I'm making this thing up in my mind, like, oh, am I thinking too much out
No,
of
I
this
think it
picture?
makes sense. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it shows just being intentional with like what you're trying to do versus just like randomly snapping.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes people's work,
Yeah.
unique and kind of stand out because you've put some thought into like what you're doing.
Yeah. That's and I think most of my pictures I always try to think like if I can't add any mystery to my pictures, like any curiosity, I think juxtaposition is the best thing I could do. Like do some contrast, even if it's between light and shadow. At least that will tell some kind of story, right?
Yeah, it's not easy, but I think like the more that you try to do it, I think the easier the ideas come to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's all about just getting the idea, like how am I going to shoot this in a way that resonates with people and kind of makes sense and tells a story. And
yeah,
like even like something like this with like just the geese, like or the doves or whatever. But
yeah, this one's from Hamilton. And I was with one of the collective called Red Hill Collective, and they had organized this photo walk. And this specific individual, he didn't want to get clicked. I actually clicked him from far, but one of my friends, Vishnu, he actually went very close by, and he was clicking, and the person was like, "Hey, don't."
Didn't want to. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, by the time I was like, okay, I got it. It's okay.
What is the Red Hill Collective? What is that?
So it is actually a small group of photographers based out of different places, I would say, but the founding members are from Hamilton. So I guess that's how the name came up, like Red Hill Collective.
Yeah.
So it's a small group. We just enjoy like photo walks. There are like some workshops and
That's cool. You guys meet up often?
I think it's summer we will end up meeting more. Right now we try to be like once a month.
That's all right.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll get more of this. But we all are planning to do more in summer. Get the light in.
Yeah, got to do it, right?
Yeah, and
well, it's just like, more fun with other people too.
Yeah, and it's always fun. Like you kind of learn a lot when you're seeing others, like other people's process and how they are capturing something you did.
Of course, man. All happens all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Like for me, I always get stuck in my own head, so I have to, like, I need to talk with other people, see how they do things, and it could be like the simplest thing.
Yeah,
but that one thing may like totally change your entire approach.
Yeah, even you always get so much. Like even like small pointers could improve your image drastically. Something.
Of course, like we always, like it's like there's just so much. I think sometimes we forget that there's just so much to understand and learn. Like but sometimes we get so like narrow-minded a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's a game of perspective. You cannot ever like say like, oh, this is my greatest work. Right. Nothing is your greatest work.
Yeah.
According to me. So.
It's I've had that debate too on this show about like the greatest work is always like the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always the next thing. Like it's always okay, cool. You shot something really cool, but now you're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It never ends, you know. It's like a constant chase almost.
Yeah. And it's I think it's motivating, right? Knowing that maybe the next photo I click might be the best.
So the way if you can use it, if you can channel it the right way, sure. I mean, you definitely don't want people out there like putting so much stress on themselves to like get some amazing photos and then you come home and it's like, oh, I didn't get anything, and then you don't feel good. So it's just a matter of like how you handle it.
Yeah.
You know, especially in like the realm of social media, it's like we always think that we need to have like an amazing photo, but I think sometimes people post just normal things, and I think it's cool because, like I said earlier, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I'm not trying to impress anybody. This is just what I did today. It's kind of like ballsy a little bit. Like I don't like this is, you know, I'm not trying to impress anybody. This is just my take on whatever it is I did. So
you know, even for me, my Instagram is more like it's like a journal. It's just like a scrapbook. I'm just posting it, so it just stays there.
Well, exactly, right? Like it's like it should really be for you first.
Yeah.
Really, in like the ideal sense, and then whatever happens after, because that's the way it should be. Really, I think. But you know, it's always easier said than done, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think it's more like I just keep posting. I don't care like if the validation comes or not. But for me, it's just like I can go back and see like, okay, last year I was posting this, so I'm not doing this anymore. So at least there is a growth, or maybe I should try this back again.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a marker. Like I don't know. Like you could use it for whatever purpose. Like I almost like. You can even like use the older photos for anything. You can use it for like a scrapbook, for like an anniversary, like whatever it is. Like as long as you have that, as long as you have like a record of it. Like don't like delete old stuff because you have new stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like to me, like keep the old stuff because that's really cool.
Yeah, it is kind of a journey that shows where you started.
Yeah. So I always tell people, don't delete your old photos because you may want them sometime for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's always cool for you to like look back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, but always easier said than done. So you got any goals this year that you want to hit personally? You or is like you and your other half? Do you guys want to hit any goals or?
No, there are no goals.
No goals.
So it's just keep improving. I think one goal for me personally is maybe I should try starting a YouTube channel just to put my photos as a video.
Start it.
Yeah, I've thought.
Well, why YouTube though? How come YouTube?
I wanted to give I think initially I thought it could be a newsletter type of a thing where I post my pictures and kind of give like what's my take on it and what made me what motivated me to click that particular picture.
And you're speaking in front of the camera, explaining stuff?
I don't think so. I'm not like, I think I'm a bit camera shy.
Yeah.
But
no way.
We'll see.
Not you. It's easy. You just practice. It's not live TV. You mess up, you can start all over again.
Yeah, exactly. So it's more like a learning process, right? I'll probably start sometime this summer. Yeah. Have planned it out how I want to do it. Possibly will try to make a YouTube video. I think the first one is the hardest, right? So getting the first one.
First one's always the hardest one.
Yeah.
But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to get people's takes on how they shot things, or like why they shot it, or maybe things that went wrong. Because like you're so limited on Instagram to explain things.
Yeah, because I've done like whenever we meet like someone on photo walk and I'm like, hey, I saw this picture and I found this really interesting. Like, what was your thought process of what when you clicked it, what made you think like, hey, let's edit in this way or let's capture this? And you could see them like they become happy because they know there was some backstory in their head that was there when they thought like, okay, I should click this picture because this maybe like, oh, there is too many yellows in the picture and it would look great.
Sure.
And I love that. And I usually ask them and it's kind of me kind of getting to understand their process and seeing like, okay, this person does it. Let's try it out. Maybe it will improve my skill. Yeah,
you never know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I think people crave learning from other people too.
Yeah. And I think in photography, there is no, you cannot say I have conquered everything. I have learned everything. There is no end of this tunnel. It's just you just keep moving forward.
Yeah, like especially with like AI, like it's never going to like end, right? So I mean,
it's like, even that point is just like maybe AI will come, like there is no stopping it, but it won't have the same soul what you would click from a digital and what you click from maybe a film. It's an individual person's thought went to it instead of an AI bunch of computer running and making it work.
Yeah, exactly. It has no soul, right?
Yeah.
Like other people have said the same thing. It's like, well, it doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have a
character.
Yeah, it doesn't have character. It doesn't have a personality. So
yeah,
that's where like this, like that's where like the separation comes through. So they can't replicate what you do, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's same. At some point, people said the same thing about digital camera also. Like, this is too perfect. Like, and it doesn't make mistake. Exactly. Like, it doesn't have a character.
Yeah. Well, there's like the purists out there that, you know, say you can't edit, like whatever happens in camera is the photo, and so there's always like that like debate too, right? But like,
how much edit is the right edit, and how much is too much? So,
I don't know. It's up to the person, right? It's up to again, it comes down to like, what do you want to be known for? Like, what do you want to, what does your work want to be known for, you know? Like,
exactly. Like if you are a painter with a photograph, like I don't think there is any limit for you to edit. If you try to edit and in a way it turns out really beautiful, there is no harm.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, it's like kind of going to like, you know, artists or painters, like Van Gogh did what he wanted to be known for. Picasso did what he wanted to be known for. Like all these people wanted to just, this is what I do. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. Like, this is what I'm going to do. So
yeah, I think that's where we all are trying to achieve. Like once we get that thing with the pictures, you get your own style. You kind of, I would love like someday someone says like, hey, this particular picture is clicked by me. Like,
well, that's the dream.
That's the dream. Yeah.
Well, that's the dream. Like it's cool. That's a good feeling, right? You know, I mean, you'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left.
Yeah. So. Like, do you guys show your stuff anywhere else besides Instagram?
No, we don't. And that's too. We started posting, I think, 6 months ago. Before that, we were not posting that much. We used to click. We used to just keep it to ourselves, and then I thought maybe we should start posting it somewhere.
Interesting. Yeah. Cool. So who shoots more, you or her?
Right now, I think I shoot more.
Yeah.
I go out more often,
Okay.
but I think she shoots more quality stuff. I shoot a
Ah.
lot of
Were
a
you told to
lot.
say that? Were
Yeah,
you told to say
no, she doesn't know, but she does more
that?
quality stuff with.
Yeah.
I cannot take pictures that are planned, like portraits. I think
Right.
I would like, okay, this is a bit hard on me. She's
That's
really
her.
good with the planned stuff. Like, okay, how can I
Okay.
get this?
So how does she do it then? Like,
It,
what's her secret?
I think it's her skill set. She
Yeah.
learned more on portraits, and she does. I have a bunch of pictures that I want to post. It's more on like animal stuff, like cats, dogs.
Right.
We saw in Peru, like they have a lot of stray animals, like cats and dogs, and she
Yeah.
clicked some wonderful pictures, which I can't even
Cool.
dream of clicking. Like I can't click those pictures.
Really?
So
Interesting.
possibly we'll post
Very
them.
cool. Well, it's always good to have a partner that does what you do, and
Yeah.
vice versa. Like, it makes things more enjoyable.
Yeah, so I pulled her into film photography now. I'm like, you need
Oh,
to try this. It's a fun
oh,
of, and she would push me to do something like, let's try to click this. Let's
right.
take this.
You guys always pushing each other to do
Yeah,
different things, which is cool.
which is cool.
That's
So
pretty cool, man. I like that.
yeah,
That's good. I mean, it's better than going on a trip. It's like, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Like, it's just, like,
yeah. It's just like
yeah,
who'll shoot what or
yeah,
who needs which camera to shoot and so on. So
right. Do you guys have like friendly competitions and stuff, like
no,
between each other?
no, we
No.
we don't. I don't think so because I'm gonna lose. So
You're
that's
gonna
for
lose,
sure.
eh?
Yeah. So.
Man. Well, we're always our own worst critic,
I don't know. I think when someone asks like, "Hey, show me like your best picture," I still that same thing goes like, I don't think so. I have a good picture.
Is that
I
what you
think
think?
this is kind of good. It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
to judge my own work.
Right. Yeah, it is hard to judge. You need really like an unbiased person.
Yeah, because I don't want to get attached to my work thinking like I think in very beginning I understood if I get attached to my pictures, someone will break my heart saying like this is like
Oh
really
no.
so
Oh
I
no.
and I think I
Really?
realized that never get attached to your art because then it might become an anchor for your growth.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, well, hey, yeah. I mean, again, it's very subjective, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's not like a math equation where 1 + 1 is 2. Like it's just like art
Yeah,
is art, and whatever the beholder thinks, the beholder thinks. So like, what are you
yeah.
gonna do, right? But,
Yeah, like you liked some of my pictures, which I was like, okay, someone out there likes it. Apart from like liking it on Instagram, like someone saying like, "Hey, dude, your photo inspires me to do this."
yeah.
I find a lot of bunch of like creators out in Toronto whose pictures just inspire me to like, okay, this person is creating amazing work.
Yeah.
I need to shoot more. I need to get something good going. I feel more often I tell them like, hey, your pictures they actually inspired me to do a bit more.
Who are these people?
Yeah,
you have a couple you want to name off?
There is a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Arpan Parekh is one. I know he came to your
show.
show.
He was just on.
Yeah, he was just on Archify. I love his pictures.
Yeah.
He puts like really, and I heard that episode where he was explaining his process, and amazing. Brian Whitmore photography. I think he's a real street. Steve, I might butcher some names. Steve Pix, Steve. There are a few, and then there is Vishnu Alive. He's part of our Red Collective who does street.
This is Brian Whitmore.
Brian Whitmore, love his work. Like his street it's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost similar to your stuff. How he uses light, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's very.
Did he copy you, or did you copy him?
I found him later, but I really like his work.
That's cool. Very nice. And who is the other person from the Red Hill Collective?
It's a Vishnu Alive.
VISH.
VISHNU .ALIV. Yeah.
I found him. Okay.
He's also really good.
Right on, right on. Interesting.
He does a lot of stuff, but he does street in color, which is really nice. So
yeah,
I love his pictures. And sometimes we did one walk in Hamilton, and we were kind of clicking the same subject, and his take was so different from mine, which actually improved me in a way. I could see more things.
How so? How is his take different?
There was this one skater who was just trying to do some jump off this one stairs. He kept doing it, and Vishnu went and asked him hey, can we click your pictures? And he was like, yeah, sure. We both clicked the same picture, but it turned out so different.
Cool.
And I was like, okay, now, so I kind of understood hey, everything doesn't need to be from an eye level. Maybe I should, if I go on the ground, because he's just lying on the ground and clicking this picture, and his view is a different perspective to that same skater.
Yeah, again, it could be the smallest adjustment with perspective.
Yeah,
changes the whole thing, right?
Whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why it's good to meet with other people and just live in the field, because
you could kind of learn a lot seeing okay, this is how it is. And it's almost like you need to find people from maybe similar style, because it's more you kind of learn from there how they are thinking, what their process is.
Yeah, it could be, like I said, it could be the simplest thing, but I think
it could,
I don't know, people have some really good ideas sometimes,
Yeah, that's true.
It's good, man. It's all about to me, it's all about just because it makes it more fun when you hang out with other people, because then you just kind of lose the screen, and then you're just out with people in real life, and it just becomes a different dynamic.
Yeah,
when you lose the screen,
most of the time, fellow photographers, they are always they love to share things. They want to improve everyone, so it's a community, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I think most people are keen to share. Nine times out of 10, I think people would be keen to share.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of just asking, because I think people want to share, but they also want to be asked too. They don't want to volunteer without being asked.
Yeah, they don't want to push that.
They don't want to make it seem like I'm better than you. I'm going to teach you all the stuff I know. It's people want to be asked first,
Yeah. So that's true.
They want that permission to educate people, kind of thing, right? So.
Yeah, and I think one other thing I learned from photos is, even when you're asking a picture from a stranger, 90% time they are happy to pose for you. You just need to ask. It's just you need to ask.
Yeah, you need to. It depends on how big your lens is, but if you're close to the person, then they're gonna see you.
Yeah,
it's gonna make it awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, it goes to the debate of street photography, and do you ask, do you want to get the raw moment? Do you want to? There's always that gray area, of how you want the photo to be shot. Yeah. I don't know. I think it depends on the situation a little bit, and the vibe sometimes of the person.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
I've been I had confrontations, people say hey, no, just delete it. And I'll show them, and I deleted it. Really? It's okay if it doesn't make that person unhappy. But sometimes people do ask, hey, why did you click my pictures?
And what do you say?
I just show them hey, I have this page, I click street, it's more about this. Once they understand the purpose, I don't feel, and I always smile back. So it's almost even if they're aggressive, it's just smile back, show them,
smile and wave, saying thank you very much.
Yeah, and just show them you're doing it as a work of art. It's not you're not stealing their identity or something.
No, we're not stealing your identity. Don't worry, this isn't going to the AI machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I've never really had a situation where someone told me to delete it.
Oh yeah, I had once, and they were really angry, and I was like, it's okay, I'll delete it.
What a bad vibe.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's like one out of 100. So I had a good time with the 99 other people, so it's okay.
If exactly. You
person...
can't let one bad person like ruin your day, you know.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, so what do you got going on in the summertime? You got any plans? Like, you guys gonna go out and shoot stuff?
I think it's more like go out and shoot stuff. And I wanted to take Toronto from a film perspective. Let's see how I can capture
in the summertime.
In the summertime, and I don't want to take, like you said, it's an oversaturated market. You might have seen everything, but I think there might be something that's there to be tried.
Yeah, like what I meant by that, it's a saturated market in terms of how people shoot things, but if you can, like, again, going back to like how you use light, you can use it to turn something people have seen a million times, but make it different, so it stands out. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that's like, it's saturated in terms of like what you're seeing, because you see the same thing over and over again. Like, you don't see much variance, but if you can do it differently, like how you guys are doing it, then it becomes different all of a sudden, right? So
that's true.
Especially with summertime, there's so much going on. There's a festival every weekend, right? So you could get some really cool like stories, like festival here, festival there. You get all like the neighborhoods of Toronto.
Yeah,
it could be quite a project.
Yeah, it could be any, like, there are so many projects that just run. Like, every time I go, there was this one thought of project that came to my mind during the winter was the beanies of the six. So as soon as it's winter, you see all these colored beanies coming out, like every color. You just think that's in itself is a interesting piece to shoot people. And
that could be a project, man.
Yeah, that could be a project. And I thought about it. I always write down, like, this could be a project, like something. Right now, the project that I'm working on is just called Way to Office. And I'm just compiling some of my different shots that I usually take during that commute to my office.
Way to Office? That's what it's called?
Yeah, I might change the name, but
that's a good title, though. I like it.
Yeah, it's for now, it's just...
It's a good title. So what do you want to do with it? Like, you want to put it into like a photo book, or you want to print them, or?
I think at some point I would want to print them, because I think like photos are much better on a book rather than on like phones. So
because you can hold it. It becomes tangible.
Yes. So possibly once it's done, maybe make a Zine out of it or do something.
I think it's pretty cool. Way to Office, because everyone, usually most people go to work. I mean, some people work remote, so it's like Way to Office is like your office at home.
Yeah.
But people that commute to an office, like, they can relate to that.
Yeah, like they might have seen this.
They know it. Yeah, especially people in Toronto, they can relate to your commute because they know the area.
Yeah, exactly. So it's possibly like a bunch of photos from the union till I reach my office. Yeah. So what all things people see.
Yeah, it's good. I like that idea, man. It's a good idea.
Yeah, possibly we'll throw in something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways you could like collate, especially in the summertime when there's so much going on. Like, a lot of different ideas out there.
Yeah, and it's I think having a good project automatically elevates your pictures. Like some of the old works I've seen. I think there was this one. I can't remember the name of the photographer, but she did a work that says it used to be multiple images of a window across her building, which was, I think, some kind of a club, and she used to just click up pictures of those windows.
Yeah,
and that's amazing work. And something like, it could be like really simple, but it needs to be like really good.
Yeah, but it's good. Like, again, it goes back to like the simplicity of it.
Yeah,
like, it's so simple, and people see windows every day.
Yeah, but no one's
gonna stop taking a photo because why would I do that? It's just a window.
Yeah,
but you know, you do it in such a way, then that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's all about like just using stuff around you. Like, sometimes we think that we need like, you know, we need to wait for like the next eclipse to happen to have like an amazing photo. But it's like, no, you don't have to wait.
Yeah, you could shoot something out of that moon.
Yeah, it just kind of like cool. To me, that's cool because then you're going outside the box. Like, you're really thinking. You're really thinking about it, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
So
that's it.
yeah. So what do you want to get better at? Do you have anything that you want to get better at
I
specifically?
yes, I want to get better at clicking portrait pictures of people. I kind of try to ask, like, whenever I see someone and I'm like, hey, can you just give me like 5 seconds of your time? I want to click a picture of you. This is my work. A lot of times they're happy, and I click them. I ask them like, hey, if there is an email, I can send it back to you. They're like, no, it's okay. But it's I'm trying to force myself to go out, talk to people, ask them like if I can click their picture.
So what's your pitch?
I always go like, every time I try to look like someone interesting, and I'm like, hey, can I click a quick picture of you? And they're like, I don't have money. I'm like, it's free. I don't want your money. And I always have like few like some pictures on my phone. It's like in a PDF that I like. You can see my work. Like, I click these pictures. It's just for my work. It's nothing else. It's not gonna use. If you're uncomfortable, it's totally fine. They're like, it's okay. Started it. Hopefully by end of the year, I could say like if I'm getting better at it or not.
Yeah. Well, how do people usually respond? Like, they say yes mostly? Like,
most of the time they say yes. If a person is rushing, I wouldn't think to stop them. But most of the time they would say like, yeah, it's totally fine. Click a picture.
Interesting.
They're cool with it.
Interesting. Well, this goes to show you never know until you ask, right? So
yeah,
I mean,
and maybe this will help me to improve my portraits.
Yeah. So you just see someone walking in the street, and then you just run to get them and say, "Hey."
Yeah. I just chase them down. I saw this one. During the winter, I saw this one person was having his cowboy hat, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And it's like it's like chilled out, like it's -16, and someone is out there with a cowboy hat. Let's just catch him. I asked him, and he was like,
I saw that one. That was a cool one. I'm gonna try to find it now.
Yeah, and he was like totally fine. He just posed me, and he was like, "Oh, I look
this
really
one?
good." Yes, this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and he was really happy. I showed him the picture, and he was like, "How would you do it?" I was like, "Possible black and white. That's what I do." And he's like, "Okay, sounds good." And then he just walked away.
Nice. Like you said, sometimes all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, I asked, and he was happy.
Yeah.
And a good picture actually made him smile. So it might made his like a happy moment for a while. Like, oh, I look nice.
You probably made his day.
Could be.
You probably made his day. So I don't know. I think it's, I feel like people would feel good about being asked to take a photo. I feel people would feel good about themselves.
Yeah, and I think you just throw in a compliment and they just love it.
Yeah,
it was like amazing hair. I love your hair. I love your dress.
Like, it's so, we don't really hear a lot of that, in our day to day. It's like when you're trying to stop someone to take a photo, like, that's really like, oh man, he must really like how I look or whatever. I don't know. I feel like people would feel good. I feel like you're doing like a good deed for people too at the same time, for you and for them.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you never know. You never know what's going on with people, right? So hey, you made their day, you made their week look whatever, right? So
maybe I'll try to do it more often now.
Yeah, just have like that mindset. Like, I'm doing it for you, not for me.
Not for me.
It's like not all heroes wear capes,
That's true. Yeah.
But it's a good tip for people that want to get into like portrait and stuff. It's just like, just ask, just be non-threatening and be honest.
Yeah, I feel like if you go with a smile, they'll be really happy. Yeah. And I think I heard this from a lot of these episodes of like photographer from Polly P on YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone, I noticed the pattern. Like they go with a smile, they click the picture, and then if someone's getting a bit angry, they throw in appreciation, like, oh, I loved your hair, it's look amazing, thank you, bye, wave and walk off. Before they could react, they just leave.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's good advice for people out there.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They just say no.
Yeah,
I suppose, right?
But you would meet 1,000 people, but they would meet only you. Like not everyone is carrying the camera and asking for their
exactly.
picture, right?
Well, especially in big cities like Toronto, like no one's paying attention to anybody. There's people just going on with their day, right? So but it is what it is. Yeah, it's cool, man. Well, it's good. Like it's there, like the journey continues, eh?
Yeah, the journey continues.
Like what do you like? I mean, if you could go to any city in the world, like where would you go to take photos?
I think right now I think Japan is the most obvious country.
Okay.
My whole feed is filled with a lot of people going up there.
How come Japan?
I don't know. It's just too much. Like I feel like I'd strongly attracted to a place with a lot of culture and history.
Yeah.
And it kind of adds a curiosity. Like, okay, maybe how it would be. And I think from our perspective, it's more like we are documenting their history as an image for us. And it's like
almost like an outsider.
As an outsider. And it's like a portal for me. Like I see a picture and I can just instantly know like, this is how I felt in that moment when I was taking this picture and every kind of thing. Right. I would definitely go back to Peru for such an amazing place. And
gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta make it happen.
Those are places. But I think Japan will always be like the first for everything.
How come everybody's going to Japan? I guess like is the yen really good for the dollar?
I think so. And there's so much content out there about them and history, I think in every way.
Yeah.
I think even I guess maybe algorithm made me say this answer though. With all the Japanese pictures.
Interesting, eh?
But even India. Cool. I wanna try taking street back in India, back home.
Back in India? Okay. And what part of India?
More often like south. I'm from South India, so I'm from a state called Kerala. Okay. So I would want to try that. How are things there? Yeah, it's a different I would say a vibe compared to what a perception or an image of India is. So down south it's different.
From the north?
Yeah, from the north. Yes,
it's way different. Yeah,
it's way different. It's a different. Every state in India is different, and it's a different vibe going down south.
And when was the last time you were there?
Last year. I was there last year. Recently, yes, but didn't have a camera back then. So
you got to go with the camera.
Yeah, next time I'm going with the camera with the sole motive of going certain places, capturing them. It's just amazing.
I've never been to India. I like to go. I feel it would be an experience.
It will be. And
I feel it would really challenge me.
You would have to I don't know. You cannot see the whole country at once, right? So
no, you can't. But for a first timer like me, where should I go?
First timer like you.
Yeah.
There are the obvious places which you might come, like Delhi,
right?
Mumbai, Agra, Mumbai, and all these cities.
Yeah.
Some of the fun part of India that I personally want to explore more is the northeastern side, the northeast of India, Sikkim, which is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm from Kerala. I have to go back and see a lot of more in Kerala itself. Yeah. The state itself, it's more like coastal,
right?
Beach kind of a vibe going up there, and Ladakh, up north.
Right, up north. Yeah,
up north.
The mountains.
The mountains, of course. Yeah, these are a few places I would go. Apart from
there's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. You need months in India.
Yeah, you need months to see a lot of places.
Yeah, I think it'd be real. I think I'll get there one day.
Yeah,
I think I would.
You should.
I would. There'd be a lot to document.
There is a lot to document. Yeah. I don't know. I can't even think. I think recently a lot of people were there. A lot of photographers were there in India for.
And they like getting their photos taken. Locals.
People don't mind. You can just ask it. Yeah. They'll happily pose for it, I guess.
Cool. That'll be a trip, man.
Yeah.
It'll be a trip. We never know, like
you could research everything, and you would be like, there is no end to the research itself. Like there's so much. Like every place has its own thing going.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes like I want to like really challenge myself and like go somewhere where it'd be like, this isn't home. This isn't Toronto. This is not. You're not home.
Yeah,
you know
out of the comfort zone.
Out of the comfort zone, like just like
yeah.
We shall see. But I've had friends that have gone and they go, yeah, it's definitely an experience for sure. Like
yeah.
So I'll get there. I will let you know.
Yeah. No.
Where I end up.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Cool, man. Well, we're up against the hours. I just want to say thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, no, it was really wonderful chatting with you and connecting.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for people out there?
If you're thinking of starting something, start it now.
Oh.
Don't think about it. Yeah.
Poetic. The time is now.
Time is now.
The time is now. Well, that's a good way to end off. So
yeah.
Well, I would love to have you back on with your other half. I think it'd be a good second episode. And everyone, thanks for watching and listening. Links are in the description. Go show them some love. And we shall see you next time.
Yeah. Peace. See you all. Thanks.